Do you think that this is something that's going to actually propel us forward? Do you think we're all going to get more aware and get more conscious because of this? Or do you think this kind of oppression of freedom of speech and oppression of
Well, it is
information?
oppression of freedom of speech, yeah.
Yeah.
But what's the effect going to be? It's almost like I feel like the energy has been changing on this planet. So many more people kind of getting aware, getting in touch with spirituality and more in touch with nature. So there's an awakening going on. And there's a negative force or forces that have been kind of controlling stuff on this planet for a long time. And I actually believe they're losing their grip a little bit. I mean, you know, the guy behind the curtain, hey, we can see you, buddy. We can see you, you know? So, you know, some days I'm feeling great, I'm feeling positive, and I'm feeling like I'm remembering a story. I don't know where it came from, but there's a story I told my last group when we were at Soltara, which is, you know, you've been to Soltara, so I have a group out there once a year, and we do the ceremonies, and we share a lot how we're feeling, and we're talking. And I said, I feel like right now, maybe I was inspired, you know, you're in that space, you've had the medicine and everything. I said, I feel right now like we're on the planet and we're going into a new time that'll be much better. But it's going to be like childbirth. Childbirth is painful, is messy, there's blood, there's shit, but what comes from the childbirth? Something beautiful, something new life. So some days I think like that, and I've got faith in that, and I'm putting my energy into that. And some days I just feel overwhelmed with like what's going on, and I can see what certain powers that are trying to do, and it's almost like you can see a train coming, and you want to tell everybody, hey, there's a fucking train coming, man. Stop sitting on the tracks. And they're just sitting there. So some days I feel good, some days I feel bad, but I'm keeping faith in this. It's just boiling. It's bringing all the shit to the surface. It was happening before this coronavirus. Things were going on that were unusual. The thing with Epstein, and you know, stuff coming out about pedophilia and worse than that. And of course, David Icke had been talking about that for years. I remember one of the first books I read of David, and it was talking about an eyewitness that had seen Edward Heath, that's a former prime minister, who was a prime minister when I was a kid, saw him raping and sacrificing a child. And I was, wow, that's far out stuff, man. When you first read it, I don't know about this, it's crazy. But I just remembered that because I saw a podcast a couple of weeks ago by a guy that was head of, I don't know what department it was in Scotland Yard, but that was the department he was in, investigating child abuse crimes and so on. He told a story about the policemen that were outside Downing Street when Edward Heath was in power, and they were saying that there was a delivery of 8-year-old boys going there like 3 or 4 times a week. And this guy found out a lot of stuff, but he was told basically, you can't say this, you got to stand down. So a lot of stuff is coming out. Prince Andrew stepped down from the royal family because of his association with Epstein. Ricky Gervais made a very, you know, it was meant to be like a roasting. I guess it was humorous, but what he said at the Golden Globes, I mean, that would have never been said before. So there's like cracks.
Yeah.
The truth is like seeping through the cracks, and I'm hoping that is like a crack in the dam. That, you know, the crack will get bigger, and at some point, the water or the truth just starts flowing out, and people can see it. I think more people can see it now than they could before, just because the situation doesn't make sense to a lot of people, and they start asking questions.